Losing a young weapon before the season starts is a huge blow for our offense, Toro Time. Jayden Higgins has a confirmed torn ACL and will miss the entire season. The front office is now exploring possible trades for receivers Keyshawn Booch from the Patriots and Rashad Bateman from the Ravens. Please watch this report until the end and subscribe. Jayden Higgins has been ruled out for the 2026 season due to a torn ACL, leaving our receiving corps suddenly shorthanded just before our second preseason game. This news is a tough blow for a group that was banking on his development. I am frustrated, but I want to pump the brakes on hitting the panic button just yet. Aaron Wilson reports that our front office has already started exploratory trade talks to address the vacancy, specifically targeting Keyshawn Booch of the Patriots and Rashad Bateman from the Ravens. This is where it gets real. Bout offers high upside for 2026, while Bateman brings veteran experience but carries a steeper price tag. Could one of these guys actually move the needle for our offense? I wonder if the front office prefers a rental or someone with long-term potential, and whether a waiver claim might be the better play. Why look at the bottom of the depth chart when the front office clearly prefers an immediate talent injection? The urgency to pivot after the season-ending injury to Jayden Higgins reflects a front office that refuses to stand pat while the season hangs in the balance. Here's the thing nobody wants to say. Picking up a veteran like Rashad Bateman could be a reach given his limited production, especially considering he hauled in just 19 receptions last year. I am honestly leaning toward Keyshawn Booch because his 6 touchdowns prove he can be a legitimate threat in the red zone. Is a one-year rental truly enough to get us to the next level, or are we just throwing darts at the board? Adding someone with this kind of explosive potential feels mandatory, but I also want to pump the brakes on expecting a miracle immediate impact. So that is the official news, but let us look at what these developments actually mean for our squad. The truth is, losing a player of that caliber forces us to reconsider how we manage our cap hit while keeping this offense balanced. I worry that relying on a veteran like Rashad Bateman could backfire if his health remains a question, though the experience he brings to the position is undeniably attractive. Are we really willing to sacrifice draft assets for a short-term solution? Adding someone like Keyshawn Booch feels like a gamble, but given the current depth chart, we lack that specific explosive threat. If we cannot secure a reliable target, our ability to keep pace in the division will suffer immediately. Do we really expect this front office to ignore the urgency, or is a major move coming? Everything depends on how these talks evolve. Adding a spark to our receiver room is mandatory now, and targeting both Keyshawn Booch and Rashad Bateman shows our front office is hunting for immediate help. Booch brings that high-end production potential after his 6-touchdown season in New England. And honestly, he feels like the perfect vertical threat we need to pair with our top guys. Bateman is a veteran, but does he really offer enough upside given his limited production? I struggle to justify the cost for a player with his recent track record. While Aaron Wilson notes the Texans are actively making these calls, I worry about losing valuable draft capital on short-term fixes that might not pan out. Is it worth gambling on these names before seeing what the waiver wire provides? I prefer exploring options that do not drain our assets while keeping our long-term depth chart flexibility fully intact moving forward. When you piece together the injury news with our front office scrambling for help, the reality for our season comes into focus. Losing Jayden Higgins leaves a void, but I honestly believe we can stabilize the roster if we move quickly on the trade market. Think about it this way. Our long-term success hinges on balancing immediate production with our cap hit, and picking up an unproven but high-upside asset like Keyshawn Booch feels like the smarter path than overpaying for a veteran like Rashad Bateman who struggled recently. Are you willing to gamble our draft capital on a guy like Boutte for 1 year of service? Furthermore, would you prefer the front office prioritizes a proven veteran despite the cost, or keep searching for a younger, cheaper option? I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.